We're doing this next part, which is creating the ground floor external walls. So we're going to go and open up our file. If you have it open already, it's good, but if you closed it, we just go to the project browser. Don't open it from here, guys. I recommend you open it from the browser just to make sure you're using the most recent and it's actually the one you're looking for. Right over here on entry level. And again, you notice that we have our grids that we placed earlier. If you want to freeze the dimensions we put earlier, just type in LA. You're going to go to look for that green color, which is under layers. I know grids. Okay. I should have called it dim, by the way, not grid. This should actually be called dimensions, not grids. But anyways, I'm going to go back and change that. Freeze. And now they are off. How do you go back to change that mistake I did earlier? Well, do the same thing. Open up here. Open it up. This is just for me to fix it. Type in LA. Now I'm opening the actual column grid. And I'm going to change this one now to rename. I'll put grid dim. So remember. This is just an extra step. You don't actually have to do it, but just so it's easier for me to remember later on. If I go look now on this one here, I have a pop-up saying to reload. And now if I go check LA, it says now ano grid dim, freeze again. Good. So now we have our grid lines set. The next step we're going to do is we're going to start adding walls. So we're going to need our project navigator to close, so we closed it. And we're going to need our tool palettes. So there are two ways to getting to our tool palette. Is Control 3. That opens it up. Or remember, Home, Tools, Design Tools. Same thing, they get you the same method. We're going to go look for the tab called Walls. So you notice I don't have the Wall tab here. So if let's go check, we could go to the little gearbox for Properties. And I could do All Palettes. And you see I still don't have it. I'm missing it, so I could always re-add it. Some of you may have it, some of you may not. It's not the end of the world. We'll just add them as we go. So we're going to go to back to design, and we're going to make a new tab. Right click. Oops, sorry. Right here on the gear, and you're going to type in new palette. I'm going to call this one Walls. Right? Click on it, and there you go. I have my walls set right over here. Later on I can make one for doors, windows, if you don't already have it done. Some of you may already have it. I don't have it. Now you notice our tool palette is empty. So we're going to go load it up. So how do we load it up? By going over here to the content browser. And we're going to go to look for the one that's called Design Tools, Imperial. Open it up. And we're going to go down to Walls. Can I just save all this right away? No. Open up Walls. And now I have them all here. I think I could grab. No, I can't. There we go. Add to tool palettes. There's one. It's going to take time. It's going to add them all in. There's, where to go? Why did I add it here? Okay, if it didn't add it. I should add it here. So you could do one at a time. It's going to take forever, though. There's got to be a way. But see, if I do this, I should be able to take the whole palette. See, it keeps throwing it here. Let's try again. It worked for you. So let's go back over here. Content browser. You grab them all from here. And then do Control A. Alright, we don't need this one though. So let's get rid of this. I could take a duplicate, okay? Control A. Right click, add to tool palette. No. This one, the first time, yes. The second time, no. This is delete this one. So now we have this ones. I could go back again. I could do this. It's a little bit tedious, but if you do it, technically you should do the ones you actually need. But in our case, I'm just going to load them all since we're going to need them soon. We need the CMU, right? So I'm just going to load all this with a lot of CMUs. Or just, which one we need the, which is CMU. Okay, we searched, but now I'm already here, so I'm just going to, I think it's on the last page. Here we go. CMU 8, right over here. So we're going to grab this guy. We're going to add it to tool palette, so we have it, and it's right over here. Again, you could have also just did content browser, press OK. You could have searched it CMU-8, enter, and you're going to see you have it, but you just have to make sure you're in the Imperial Library. So we added our walls. If you want to add them all, you can. But in the case we need right now is we need the CMU-8. But before we go to the CMU-8, there's a couple of things we want to make sure we have on. We want to make sure we have the object snaps on. So let's go check our object snaps. Track settings, object snaps. So we have that set. And we have to make sure that we have ortho on, which is F8, which is right over here. Now they're fully on. The next step we're going to go to is we're going to go make sure we have it at medium detail. Medium detail, which is already set, which is perfect. And now we're going to go start making our walls. So we're going to go to the wall CMU8, and we're going to click on it. Again, you could do re-import, you could have apply to line work, cut, copy, refresh, properties, and so forth. But we're going to leave it as we see fit. So by clicking on it, it says at the bottom, it says wall add. Start point, style, group, width, height, offset, flip, justification, match, arc, and create type. And if you look on the side in your properties, you notice that the width of this wall is 8 inches, hence the word CMU8. And our base height is 10 feet. And our justification in this case is the midpoint of our wall. So we have to just go and make sure we have everything set. Our width is 8, which is perfect. Our height is set to 10, which is good. And we're set to the baseline. So everything seems okay for what we need. Okay. So now we're going to start with our line. So we're going to make the wall. Our starting point would be right over here. And we're going to draw from A1, make sure we're in the insertion point, all the way to 2, A2. Then we're going to go down from A2 all the way down to E2, like so. Once that's done, we're going to go from E2, which is still active, back to E1. And finally, we're going to hit the C button to close it. And like that, we built the perimeter for our house. Our house is going to be here. Our walkway between the two houses is going to be placed over here. And our garage will be between 3 and 4. Okay. So now that we automatically closed it, if we were to go check, let's go see how it looks quickly in 3D. You see we have our house set. We have our walls for the house already put up and done. Good. Now we're going to go add some more walls. Let's go back to the top view. Okay. And we're going to add another wall using the same type, connecting from C2 to C3. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on the wall that's already there. Click on it. And you should be able to use the same one. How do we do it? By doing add selected on top. Wall, add selected. It's going to take the same properties of the last wall you just worked on. See? CMU, 10 feet and everything. We're going to go from this corner here all the way to this corner here. So if you don't have your snaps on, it's going to cause an issue for you to start drawing it. But in this case, we do have it. Press escape and do the same thing again. Grab the wall again. Do add selected and draw it again for the second line, which is from C, oops, wrong way. It's just from, what is this? This is B2 to B3. So add selected again. From this corner here, we're going to go back and close it off on this side. So now, if we notice, this one is within the grid. This one is on the opposite side. This should be on the inside of these. So we click on it, and by using this little arrow here, we could flip the material. But we don't need to flip it. We need to move it. So what I could do is just change the justification, or I could just erase the line we did before, do the similar object, add selected, and just draw it from here, wrong way, from this way here to this way here. This way they're within the grids that we need. So now we have our wall connecting to the next one, and we have it built. So you notice it's always within the grid lines. So we'll give it a few minutes for it to work. And then we're going to hit the save button. If I go look at the 3D again, let's make it conceptual. You'll see that we have it placed with our two walls on the side. Top view, 2D wireframe. Good. So now we're going to start creating the interior walls of the main building in the entry level. So in this case here, we're going to go to the options. And we're going to go change the AEC settings, which is found by scrolling to the right through the icon, where you see next to AEC object selection. And you're going to make sure that the auto snap for new walls and the auto snap for grids are all on. And for the auto snap radius, we're going to set it to 1 foot 8. Okay. Press OK. And now we're going to start drawing our interior walls. Let's go add a brick now. Go back to wall. And we're going to look, the ones we already loaded, is brick 4, brick 4. If you didn't load them already, do the same technique we did before. Tools, content browser, search brick 4, brick 4. Like so. Click on it and add it to tool palette. Okay, so we're going to go click on it. So now before we start, we have to just check our perimeters again. It's a good habit to check before you start drawing. So we see that our width is 8 inches, which is okay. But our base height, we have it at 10. We don't want a 10 because that's the same as our exterior. So we want to go 1 foot below. So we're going to type in 9 feet. And for justification, we're going to go to the center of the object. If I look at the preview, it looks like that. All right? So we have 9 feet, center, and we make sure we have our O snaps on again like before, and our ortho, sorry, my bad. So now we're going to start our wall from C1. Right over here. Click. And you notice it's going to keep a gap right away. And we're going to start drawing it all the way till the end, which should be 30 feet 8. Or just stick it over here. We're going all the way to the end to the snaps. Like so. Did I take the right one? Give me 1 second to look at this. I think this wall here is on the wrong side. This one I did earlier should be lower, right? Yeah. So let's do this wall here. Select similar. This one should have been here. It should have been on C. Wrong side. Right? Is that the... Go here. Add selected. Go from here to here. This makes more sense. Before it was too wide. So now we have the wall connected. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy the style of this wall we just built. Click on the wall, and we're going to go to wall setting now, and we're going to go press copy style. So as a result, when you do copy style, you're going to see something called brick 4, brick 4 2. 2 means it's going to be a copy. So now we have a duplicate of that wall, so it's called brick 4, brick 4. So we're going to go and choose to get rid of it and just call it brick 4. This is ours. I renamed it and I copied it. You could go now and delete the description because we don't have the same thing anymore, and also delete the keynote and description in the keynote. So all we have here, it says brick 4. Next, once we've done the general settings of it, you notice it changed it to brick 4. Before, when I opened it, because I did edit copy style, it said brick 4 2. I got rid of the brick 4, the ending part, and just kept it at just the beginning. I typed in brick 4, no description, now I'm in components. From the components, this is very simple. We're going to erase the structural one. Click on it and press erase. Just so you notice, the total width is 8. As soon as we get rid of it, it goes to 4. So it's adjusting the thickness of our wall. So now we have a thickness of 4. We go look and it's brick veneer, 4 inches, non-structural. So it says brick veneer, priority is going to be 810, width is 4, and edge offset is 0. So everything else looks okay. We're going to go now to our components, make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to make sure it says non-structural like it does. And make sure it's checked on for dimensions on the left side and also on the right side of the wall. This allows you to do dimensions on both sides of the wall. If I don't check this on, it means you can go on the left or the right, positive direction or negative direction. Once that is done, press OK. And you notice our wall has gone from a 8-inch wall to a 4-inch wall. Good. So now our walls are a little bit smaller because we don't need an 8-inch wall inside of it. So after closing the wall type, we're going to go make another one. So we're going to do, there are 2 techniques for editing vertical internal walls from an existing wall. One internal is specified by construction line, and the other one is by the object tracking. So remember, we draw and we track it across. So what we can do is this, X line, vertical. From here, we're going to offset this 3 foot 6. This direction, oops. Offset 3 foot 6 in this direction here. So that's where our wall is going to be. Get rid of this guy. This line here. So now we got rid of, now this is where our wall is going to be connecting. We're going to draw the same wall again. Copy style, no, as selected. And we're going to draw the wall from here all the way down. Okay, our wall should be the same setting as before. It should still be a 9-foot high ceiling. Our width should still be 4 inches. And we should be okay from that. Alright, let's just go check because I think the wall should be on the other side of the dimension. But let me just give me a few seconds to look. So our staircase again should be 3 foot 6, but I'm in the middle. So my wall is 2 inches off. So it's not that hard. I'm just going to grab the wall, type in M for move, click anywhere and just move it in 2 inches. And now I have that space of 3 foot 6 for my staircase. Close it off, and there you go. Again, if I go check, justification was to the center, 9 feet high, 4 inches wall. Good. The other way I could have drawn this wall, just to show you, is I could have done this. Let's see. Let's erase this one for now. Let's go do the wall again. Brick wall. Let's just click on it. And we're going to have an offset right over here. See, it says offset. We're going to type in 3'6". Click from this wall here. Go upward. And we have it as well. If I go check quickly, I'm going to make it all the way up. Annotate. .6". Again, I could do the X-ray, then do the wall. Or again, I'll do it again. Click brick wall. Click on offset at the bottom. Type in 3'6". Start from the base. And go all the way up to where you need to go. And it's going to keep that space for you the whole way there. So now we're going to take the same wall we did before, and we're going to copy it in the empty spaces. So we're going to grab this wall here, press copy, home, copy, and we're going to grab from anywhere in the drawing again, and make sure we do it at 4'7". Another one at 8'7". Another one at 4'7", 8'7". So we have the two walls here. This one here, if I go check, annotate, from here to here should be 3'6". From here to here should be 4'3". And from here to here is 3'8". Which makes sense because that's the space we want between them. Yes. So even though we move them at 4'7" and 8'7", the spacing in between them should be 4'3" and 3'8". Good? Good. So now the next step we're going to do. So now that we have that, we're going to delete these extra dimensions we don't need. We're going to grab the middle wall we see here. We're going to grab this point, the end, or even the arrow, and we're going to lengthen it to 2'2". And it's going to bring that same wall, and it's going to bring it upward. So if I go check, annotate, 2 feet plus the thickness of the wall that we had before. Good. So now we're going to use the same method we did earlier, and we're going to grab this wall here and bring it in using the same wall type we did interior. So click this wall here, go back to add selected, and we're going to do the same object we did before, offset, and our offset's going to be, what's the distance here, guys? It should be 11'1". 11'1" is our distance from this corner here, and we're going to go downward until we hit it's a random number, 5 foot. We can change it afterwards. 5'9" dash 5/8. Okay, and we're going to go check our wall to make sure we have the right numbers. It should be 9 inches. The length we're going to adjust it in a few seconds, and the left dimension, like so. So let me erase that, do it again. Grab the wall, add selected so it uses the same wall. Before we do that, let's go change the properties. This should be 4, height 9, justification center. Do the same thing again. We're going to grab the intersection from this corner here, do the offset of 11'1". Grab here. Oh, why isn't it going down? Oops. 1 second, something went wrong here. Let's do again. Center from here. There we go. And we're going to go bring it down. Oh, we're just bringing it down 2 feet. My bad. We're going to bring it down 2 feet. Like so. Then we're going to go back 1'8". But I'm going to eliminate the offset. It should be 1'8". Oh, there's an error. So something went wrong. So let's do it again. Grab this wall here. Add selected. It's the center from here. We're going to go 1'8". Why is it saying issue? What happened here? Let's go see what the issue is. Overlapping walls. So erase the wall. Let's do it again. Create similar. There we go. I graph in the middle this time. And now I have the little check in the wall for my exterior walls. So it should be 2 feet down, 1'8" across. So let's go check. From here to here. 2 feet. I don't know why it's 2 feet. I'm going to adjust that by 1'10". So we're up by 2 inches on both sides. So we could adjust that and just bring it back a bit. It should be 2 feet by 1/8. So it's not hard. Just grab this guy here. I think I could grab this and say 2 inches. And grab this guy here. Move him 2 inches. And then grab this guy here and lengthen him back -2 inches. Oops. 2 inches and back again. Perfect. So now if I go check, from here to here is 2 feet, and from here to here is 1'8". Good. I lengthened them to make them smaller to make it connect back to how it was. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to mirror it across. So how would we mirror it? We could just draw quickly an X line, horizontal. Go mirror between 2 points. So we'll go between this room here and this one here. And there's our reference line. Grab these 2 walls, mirror it from here across. How come it's longer now? And then we just trim this up. Let's just double check if we have the same numbers. Annotate from here to here should be 2 feet. Yeah, and this one here should be 1'8". That's good. So we have it done like it is in the thing. Perfect. Let's add a couple more walls to our drawing. We're going to add the one on top here, right up here first, which should be right above here. So we're going to go this wall again, add selected, offset of 1'8". Yeah, offset. So let's go from the left side, offset 1'8". From here, we're going to go 3'11" -7/16. There's one. If I go check the distance between them, this should be 1'8". I'm off by. How come it's doing this to me? If it starts doing stuff like this and it's not coming exactly like you want, then just do other techniques. Like you could do X line from here, offset 1'8", like so, and then draw the wall from that corner. From the left side. And we said 3'11", 7/16. So there we go. We have that perfectly spaced out. If I go check it, annotate. From here to here is 1'8", and from here to here is perfect. So I'll leave the dimensions for you guys to see it there. Then we're going to add another one over here, which is going to be 4'1". Just to go faster, I'm just going to use my X line just to be sure. X line horizontal from here. See how it snapped to the wrong location? Always double check where you're snapping. Offset 4 foot 1, like so. Draw a line again, create similar. From here, go across this way. This is going the wrong way. This one should go towards the left. Let's go the other way. From here to here. So we have that wall set. And if I go check the dimensions again, 4 foot 1. And we have to add another wall that's 1 foot 8 over here as well. And another 2 over here. Actually, let me leave those on for you guys. I'll wait a few seconds with this. So this wall here is the same size we had before. It should be 1 foot 8 from this base here. Let me zoom out so you can see it. Between B and C. Next to 2. Stretch it out 3 foot 11, 7/16. Offset it from this grid here, which is C. 1 foot 8 from interior wall. Once that's done, again, 3 over 11, 7/16. 1 over 8. You could do another offset from the interior wall. Again, offset at 4 foot 1, and we'll just connect the walls here. Then using the same X line we had earlier, we're going to offset again, 1 foot 8. Do the same wall again here, create similar, add selected, sorry. This wall here, like so. And then add 2 more from the bottom. So from the bottom here now, we should have one that is from here, X line, horizontal, offset, 6 foot 6. Right there's one wall. Do it again, grab this wall, create similar, add selected, sorry. From here to here. We're going the wrong direction, so it should be the other way around, from here to here. And then from this wall here, it's another 2 feet from there. If you don't want to use the offset, there's many different ways. I'm just doing this one quickly because I'm already here. I could even just grab this wall here and copy it. No, I need the other side. CO, copy from here. CO, from here to here. There you go. So now we do dimensions, so you could see it. From the interior to here is 6 foot 6, and this little gap here should be 2 feet. This one here should be 1 foot 8 from the top. There we go. And this one here should be 4 foot 1. This one here should be 1 foot 8, and the length should be 311. Okay, so again, I am working in the sections between C and E. I'll leave this on for a bit. Sorry, leave that. So I'll wait a few minutes. And again, this should be 2 feet, 1 foot 8, 2 feet, 1 foot 8. So just to be safe, you hit save once you're done. So I'm going to erase these dimensions since I don't need them right now. And I'm going to hit save. Now that we've created all the walls, the next step we're going to do is we're going to start trimming some walls. So we're going to use our trim and chamfer command. So where's our trim? We could just type in trim. It's up there too, but I'm going to use trim. And I'm going to go select everything. And now I'm going to select walls I don't need. Like I don't need this wall here. I can get rid of this wall first, then this wall. So if you go in a certain way, you'll be able to do it without any issues. So now I have a path here going through. Over here, I'm going to get rid of this wall and this wall. I could have used chamfer if I wanted to, but I just did the trim because it's the easiest one to do. The only thing left to do is to chamfer this little exit here, which I made it too big. So I think that one should have stopped at a certain point, which should be, I don't know, let's see what the angle should be. I think it should be 4'2" up. So we're going to grab this corner here, go back to lengthen, and bring it back up 4'2". Go check it, because that's our staircase. We're going to make sure it goes up again. So it should be, actually 3'6" is good, because we have 3'6" going this way. Perfect, and our stairs this way too. So it should, from the base here, from the 8 minus 4'2" will give us a distance between the door of 3'6". All right, so that's the spacing we need here. You could do the chamfer, you could do a whole bunch of different things, but you don't need to if you get the same end result. Because here I trimmed it, so I cleaned up. Here I just made it, I subtracted a bit, pulled it back, made a hole here, and everything else looks okay. So I'll give you some time to look at it. And you save it. So currently, if we look at the walls we chose for our exterior walls, they are 8-inch CMU thick walls, concrete walls. But if we want 3-inch thermal insulation and 4-inch thick bricks, we're going to need to change it for our exterior face. So we're going to need a 3-layered wall. So the next step is to change our exterior wall types we have around the house. So we're going to go look for one that looks similar to the wall we need. And if we go look, the one that looks somewhat close to it, let me go open it up to find it, is one called CMU 8 Rigid. So I go here. I'm going to find this. I was searching it. Let's go to walls, CMU. And we're going to look for one that says CMU 8-inch. So these are 10 inches. So I think if we go back to the fourth page. There we go. So now we're seeing CMU 8. So we need one that has 1.5 air and 2-inch brick. So this is not it. 1.5 air, 2-inch brick, and 4-inch furring. So this is what we want. So we're going to take this wall here, and we're going to add it to our tool palettes, which should bring it to the bottom of our list. We're going to click on it, and we're going to go click on it. When it's just draw it anywhere right now. We're going to just click on it right here. Okay, just so I have it set. Or if you want, instead of doing that, you could do this. Click on the wall that we already built up here. Click on it and change it to the one we just loaded. So by having it selected, we could go look, and if it's not here, there it is. We click on it, and it's going to change that wall to the new one. Press close. If I go look, this wall here should change. If it doesn't, I go here and change it back to the new wall. How do we know it's different? Because you notice the location didn't change, but it added more the air insulation and the brick in front. So again, I clicked on the wall, just do the top one for now, and I went to style, and I changed from CMU 8 to CMU rigid 1.5 air and so forth. So this is the wall type we want, but we're going to make some modifications to it. So we're going to click on it. We're going to go edit style. Oops. We're going to do not edit style. We're going to do what, guys? We did it before. How do we copy that? Copy style. So now we're going to change the name. Is everybody okay so far? So we're going to go back to the general, and I'm going to change the name. Did I jump ahead? No, it's okay. We can use this. We'll use something similar like this guy here, and we're going to call it CMU 8, which is good. Rigid 3, we're going to change that, and brick 4. So we're going to use the same guy here. There we go. And we're going to write the furring for now. And we said the rigid is going to be 3. We're going to modify it. We're going to get rid of the details here. Get rid of this one here. Go to our components. and we're going to modify what we have here. So we don't need the stud, so we're going to click on the stud and erase it. We want the CMU. We want the rigid. We don't want this gyprock, so you get rid of it. We want the CMU. This is good. We want the rigid insulation, which is good. And we don't need the air gap, so we're going to get rid of that. So now we have brick, rigid insulation, and CMU. All right. So the brick is going to be. I think I have the numbers on reverse. Let's see. It should have been CMU on top. So what we're going to do is Rob made a little bit of a mistake. I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to put this back to normal. Okay, let me just go back a few steps. We're going to take this wall type, and we're going to copy this style, and we're going to modify this to the new name. So we're going to change this to what we had it before. So this is going to be rigid -3 brick 4. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay? So now we just took the brick that was already there and we're modifying it. We're going to go to here where it says CMU and we're going to add. We're going to add another one. We're going to change this one here from CMU to rigid. Oops. Insulation. And this one here, we're going to call it brick. Perfect. We're going to make sure we change the thing. So priority 300. So CMU, priority 300, width is 8 inches. Offset edge is 8. This is going to be structural. Both check mark, perfect. Rigid insulation, priority is going to be set to 600. Our width is going to be set to 3 inches. Our offset is going to be set to 0. And you notice as I'm changing, my wall is also updating here as well. And we're going to leave it non-structural. And we're going to go make sure it's only on the dimension on the left side, the negative side. And then we have the brick, which is going to be priority 810. Width 4 inches. And offset 3 inches. Again, non-structural. And only on the left side. So we have it all set. Our total width is 1 foot 3. Now to make our units match, we're going to go to material and make sure CMU is CMU. Brick is going to be, make sure we have it as brick, and rigid insulation as rigid insulation. So we have it here. There's one. And for the brick, we have one called brick. Here, brick. So we have them both set. So we set our insulation and our materials set. How do we get these already done? It's because I had loaded the other one and they're already preset into the computer. So again, CMU, CMU, rigid insulation, brick, brick. All right. So once you've set up the materials, you're going to move on to the end caps. Back to the end caps. For the end caps, you just leave it as standard. So the wall styles, this is good. Standard is okay. Standard. Good. The doors are standard. So all the openings, we're just going to leave it as standard, standard, just for now. Standard, standard. So it's a nice clean finish. Press OK. And there's our wall. The last step to do for the tutorial is choose all the exterior walls and change them over. So grab this wall here, this exterior wall here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. And from there, you're going to go choose it to the new one we just chose, which is the one I made, CMU rigid 3, brick 4. And if you notice, nothing should have changed. The inside surface should still be the same. Nothing went in. And the brick is always on the outside. The only thing we have to break now, which to make more sense, is the wall here. We don't need a thick wall going within this building. So we're going to use the break at point, like something we used in AutoCAD in the past. We go back to Home. We're going to go to Modify, right? And we're going to look for the one we did before, which is break at point. So we're going to go break it at the point right over here. Click on this wall and break it here. So now it stops it there, and do the same thing to the other side. Modify, break at point, click the wall again, and break it over here. So this way, this wall here, if I just to show you delete it, it's a different wall type altogether. So this one here now is an independent one by itself, and we could set it back to the normal 8-inch one that we had set before. So everything else has the insulation and brick. Only one that doesn't have it is the exterior wall. Alright, so this is the end of this tutorial. Again, if you need to, you could pause it, rewatch it over and over again. But this is going to be part 3 of building a house. If I go look in 3D, like so. Let's make a look with the realistic so you see it. We have the brick. Yes, we have brick on the inside. We're going to fix that, but we have CMU and so forth. Alright, set it back to the top view, to top, 2D wireframe, save it, and that is it for the video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.